Oh, that was actually a pretty good spin.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. What's up everybody? How are you? How's it going? How is your summer so far? So today's video is gonna be my June wrap up, but also my July TBR. I only have one physical, which is this one right here. Only one physical from last month. I have been reading solely on my Kindle. I'm also on a book buying ban and I can only buy books on my Kindle right now. Don't ask why, don't ask questions. I can't answer them. I mean, I will if you ask.
I can't keep my mouth shut.
I only have one physical, all of them are on my Kindle, and man, do I have a lot of opinions. Especially on one book, and when I get to it, ooh! And then also, you know, I have other books that I want to read on my Kindle that we'll get into in a little bit. So if you want to hear the books that I read, my thoughts and opinions, and what I want to read, maybe to give you some ideas or anything, then stay tuned. And also, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. I might as well just go off the one physical I have. Riley Sager is the only one left. Listen, I gave Lock Every Door by Riley Sager 5 stars. I was so happy with it, and I read The House Across the Lake, and you know, I gave it 3 stars. Because honestly, the plot twist at the end was kind of whack. It feel like it did a 180 and then it went right back down and did like another 360, and I was like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Like, why are we doing this exact scenario right here? Why are we doing it? And also how? This one, exact same gripe with it. Let me tell you what it's about, okay? So there's this woman named Lenora Hope. She had a very, very rich family, old money, old money. She was 17, her entire family was murdered in the home that she lived in. And so they all were like, it was Lenora. It was Lenora Hope, because she's the only one that was not bloody. She was the only one untouched, but she was like, it wasn't me. And to this day, she was still like, it wasn't me. Many, many, many years later, 45, I believe, years later, Kit, who is a caregiver, is given the task of taking care of Lenora Hope. And so it's really her going to take care of Lenora Hope and figuring out what exactly happened the night of the murders. Who did it? Why did they do it? What went down? And why was it blamed on Lenora Hope? And listen, when I read the back of that, I was like, wow.
That sounds amazing.
But then, I'm even gonna say, I love the book up until the last like 80 pages. I think the last 80 pages, we're gonna ignore it because it was bonkers, it was whack, and I genuinely don't understand it. I don't understand how we got to where we got. And if you understand, please help me out, because I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I gave it 4 stars, but we're just gonna stick with that. I don't know where to go from that. You can be whatever you want to be, and I don't. We're just done. Okay, I finished Happy Place by Emily Henry. I loved it. I've listened to the audiobook about 4 times. No joke, 4 times. It's like my comfort book. I play it at night. It's so good. It's really, really good. It is definitely my favorite Emily Henry book. I didn't like Book Lovers. I didn't like Beach Read. I really did like People We Meet on Vacation. And I loved Happy Place. They were a part of this friend group, and they would all go to this happy place during, I think it was like the summer or really whenever they could. Can't really remember the details exactly. They would go there. These two, Harriet and Wynne, their friends don't know that they broke up, and so they're kind of forced to pretend to be engaged. They plan at the very beginning. They're like, let's just tell them. Let's just tell them that we're not. Let's just come clean. But then it just goes too far, and they can't, and then it's like so much is going on, and it was so sweet. Oh my God.
I was hanging on the edge of my seat.
Could not put it down. Then I read Crowns of, oh my God, someone please, anybody tell me how to pronounce this. But The Serpent of Wings and Night, and also The Ashes of the Star-Cursed King, the duology of the Crowns of, I was saying like Nyaxia, but I have a whole reading blog on it, so I'm not gonna go into depth. I'm just gonna tell you that I gave both 5 stars. It was so good. Now let's get into this. Ooh. So I read it by a thread by Lucy Score, and actually I DNF'd it, but I'm still gonna talk about it because I read a good chunk of it and I really, really wanna talk about it. I just couldn't take it anymore. I would love to read a few things that I highlighted because this book was so funny, but not in a way that it was like supposed to be funny. First off, Dominic. Honestly, my whole problem is with Dominic. Now, he is like the executive editor, chief guy. I don't know what he is. A part of this fashion magazine named Label. So Dominic goes and gets Allie fired from her job at a pizza spot because he was rude. He was so rude, and she just kind of gave the same energy, and so he got her fired. Her mom chased her down the street and was like, hey, I'm offering you a job. So now they're working together. They hate each other, and so it's enemies to lovers, forced proximity, workplace romance. But normally that's not a bad thing for me. I'm not against any of that. I love enemies to lovers when it's done right. It's just Dominic is awful. Terrible. If you read this, please, I'm sorry, please don't date a guy like Dominic, please. Also, just for funsies, please go to Goodreads, find someone's like 2-star review of this book and look at the stuff that they highlighted, because you'll just know why. I can't say some of the stuff that was in this book. Let's see, what was it, chapter 80? Oh my God, it was like 80% of the way through. Check it out. It's awful. Oh, I gotta read it. I gotta read something. I can't read this, but if you go on my Goodreads and you see one of it, I'm just not gonna say this out loud. It's just not, I'm not the one. I'm not gonna be the one to say this, but I was like, bro, giving me all the icks. It was like the song was Slow, Dirty, Tortured. I liked it. It reminded me of me. Oh my God, this. He said,
I'd buy her 1,000 thongs if she were mine.
Shakespeare is quaking in his boots. Because it's mine. And he's like,
I'd drown her in lingerie and dresses and diamonds and fucking yoga pants.
Anything she wanted, I would give her. What? And then she's like, I would not inappropriately touch my boss. She repeated it 3 times. She was like, I will not inappropriately touch my boss. I will not inappropriately touch my boss. And I was like, this should not be a sentence. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, as if I didn't just go on like a 10-minute rant about it. I also finished listening to I'll Stop the World by Lauren Tommen. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it was like the most like fast-paced book. I thought it was just gonna be a lot more action-packed. I thought the stakes were gonna be a lot higher than they were. We follow our main character who goes back in time, like 50 years in the past, to save his uncle from dying in this huge school fire. It's him pairing up with someone that we also followed the POV of way back in the day when the fire is about to take place, and he's trying to get back into his timeline. And yes, it was described as like a Back to the Future type of thing, which I've never seen Back to the Future. I can't compare that, but it seems like it would be like Back to the Future. I haven't even seen the trailer on Back to the Future, I don't think. Yeah, I don't even think I've seen the trailer on it. And then I finally finished, I've just been listening to this on and off like every now and then because I thought it was just very comforting. What Once Was Mine, which is a twisted tale. It is a book in many series. It is actually number 12. This whole series is they take fairy tales, they take Disney movies, and they kind of say, what if we did this instead? Okay, so what if Rapunzel's mother drank a potion from the wrong flower? In which this case, it's like the moondrop flower instead of the sundrop flower. And so instead of having these, you know, gorgeous, long, luscious golden locks that Rapunzel has, it's icy silver, and instead of giving the power to heal, it kind of gives the power to kill. I read Wretched on my Kindle. Oh, I could not put this down. It is a part of the Never After series. It's the 3rd one, and it honestly was very much so giving like an R-rated version of Wicked. It is not a retelling. These are not retellings, and with certain ones it feels more like it, but with this one it is like They're basically taking the names, the costumes, kind of like their color schemes and putting them onto a character. And I hope that makes sense, but Evie is like kind of a version of Alphaba. Her sister is Dorothy, and their father is a drug dealer. And then we have this undercover cop named Nick, who's honestly giving Fiero, and Evie's like the creator of this drug called the Flying Monkey. I just think it's so clever and it's so unique, so good. But also major trigger warnings. If you are under the age of 18, please, I want to say don't read it. It doesn't shy away from anything. The stories are not afraid to take it to that next level, to that level of uncomfortable. And like the ending was graphic. Like I would much rather prefer a satisfying ending more so than a happy ending. So those are all the books that I read in the month of June. Now let's get into the books that I want to read. I don't have that many actually. I'm not gonna go into detail about what these books are about. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be like, oh my god, I gotta talk about it. I'm gonna put it on the screen. It's called Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. It just seems like it's a good time, and I think it has something to do with magic. And oh my god, I gotta click on it now. Yeah, magic. Rival journalist find love through a magical connection. Oh, so it's honestly kind of giving, I feel like a lot of these kind of tropes stem from like Greek mythology. So it's really giving like Persephone and Hades. Or actually it's honestly giving Orpheus and Eurydice. I also have The Stolen Heir on my Kindle. I really want to read it. I enjoyed the Cool Prince series. I like the first one more than the last two. I feel like the last two kind of blended together. They didn't really have anything that stood out from each other. They were kind of like, And I have the fourth ring. Is it on my Kindle? Yes. So I can't really buy the paperback, even though it was at the airport the other day and I was very upset that I couldn't get it. But I have it. I like to look up, like I like to just type in the names of books onto Spotify, see if some genius has created a playlist. I'm gonna link it down below. It just has the energy that I need and I want. I honestly, in my mind, I'm picturing something of like How to Train Your Dragon. Also, the book that I can't stop thinking about, I'm gonna get on my Kindle, or I'm just gonna figure out some way to get it in paperback. The Nanny by Laura something. Lana Ferguson. I just want to read it. I think I'll like it. I think it's gonna be fluffy, probably spicy, blah, blah, blah. So I really wanna read this solely based on the cover, and I've heard it's so spicy, which I mean, if you're gonna do spice, go big or go home. Minx by Sophia Lark. She sells herself. He is a billionaire. He wants to be her only client. And so, I don't know. I think I like it, but the cover is so pretty. I don't know why, I just really like it. I want the physical because it's just so pretty. Listen, this is so random. I just want to read Legends and Lattes. I just want to read Legends and Lattes. Maybe I honestly will probably listen to Legends and Lattes. I don't know why I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, and I just want to do it. I just want to do it. Why? I don't have an answer. Yo! So there's this book, I don't know why I forgot about this, but I'm gonna just show you the cover for it. It says, "You're not supposed to die tonight." This cover looks so cool, and I really find the title intriguing. And oh my god, it's at camp.
Oh my god, it's a camp. Oh my god, it's a camp slasher book.
Kind of. I mean, it's YA. Oh my god, it says, "The crew recreate classic slasher scenes from movies." I'm getting this right now. I'm getting this right now. I need to read this. I've been dying for a summer slasher. I mean, it's summer. It's the only time to read a summer slasher and have it feel right. That's just a lie. It's just what I'm telling myself so that I buy the book. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's fine if it does. And so those are all the books that I want to read that I haven't said before on my other many TBRs that I've done. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!